Okay, we've got our crown diameter profile sorted out now, so we need to move on and look at this section here. Okay, so we're going to look at this section here and see how we can get a starter on here. So let's start by getting a profile view on it, and we need to see how the crown diameter projects onto here. Now this can be a problem with circles and arcs and things that back up on themselves, in that it wants to throw everything on. So let me just show you what I mean and then look at how we might solve that kind of problem. So I'm just going to pick a temporary style in here, something that we know is temporary. And if we then choose to project our profile, so we're going to project this onto here. Let's just deselect first. So we want to project this. Okay. Why won't it do that? Questions on a postcard. The basic problem is I was a bit of an idiot, and as per normal, I didn't make this active. This has to be active before I can project it. Let me show you what I mean. If I look at a 3D view, remember we do most things in 2D and then use a 3D view just to see what things look like. You can see we're not seeing the crown diameter in here. Okay. However, if I was to make this active, we will see the crown diameter appear in here, like so. Nice and easy. So now we've got that, we can now project onto it. So let's try it again. So what do I now? You can see it's allowing me to do that because it's got an active profile. And where do we want to project to? We want to project to here. Well, let's have a look and see what we get. So I did switch my profile, so let's go back to this one. I could have had multiple profiles that would have been a bit more efficient than creating new ones every time. Can you see what I'm getting in here? It's a little bit difficult to understand which is the correct portion. Well, there's a few tips and tricks we can do here. I could, if I wish to, just give myself a dummy section here, or what I could do is, if I was to ask Open Roads to show me where the profile intersects the roundabout, the diameter. So let me show you what I mean. So we pick this to show the intersection, and then we tell it what to intersect with. And now you can see that we have that dot, that pink dot appear. Okay. So that's our profile intersection point. So in effect, I could ignore this and this, and all I need to do is make sure that I am in line with this. So again, we could have done that and just accepted it, or we could have gone through a process of using the geometry we've got. So let's say I could go a single offset partial. We'll go with 0.1 of a meter is nice, and we'll just do it from here to here. So at the moment that is just an offset of the horizontal, but it isn't. It's got no profile on it, so I need to place a profile on it. So I will use something like define profile by slope from element. So what this will do, it allows me to say I would like to profile this small piece. Let's zoom in so I can see it. This one here, and the reference element is this, and the slope I would like is 0. I want it just to come flat across to it, like so. All the points, no adjustment. I don't want to step up. And now this has now got a profile on it. So if you can see, it's got an active profile, geom temp. Perfect. So I could project this onto here. So obviously we're going to get a lot of redundancy in here, but let's not worry about that. So let's see if that works. Pick this. Okay. Do I have to go and make it active again? I don't think I do. Let's just test that. It is active already, isn't it? Let's have a look. It's got an active profile, so I'd like to project this on. I wonder if it's not letting me do that because I've already got one in here. Let's have a look. So pick this. Oh, I've used just... What an idiot. I've just used the wrong tool. I need to use the project tool. I'm sure you were all screaming at the screen. Ian, it's the wrong one. There we go. That's better. Now, you didn't see anything happening here. That's because this element has now come on top of here. So let's go and get rid of this projection. And we'll hope to see just the projection of this element. So it's up to you what you choose to do. You can use either method. This is the method I prefer because it gives me a slightly less cluttered screen. Okay, so let's start by putting our geometry together. So again, I'm just going to be a good user and get my correct feature style in here. I'm going to pick a line tool, and like we did with the roundabout diameter, we're going to use Civil AccuDraw. Going to use that in the profile view. Okay, so we'll place a line, and we want that to start at 1000. And again, referring to my spreadsheet, this is going to be at 50. Just go back to there. This is going to be at 50.784. You can see the cross in here. And again, tab down to the length, go across to the grade, and we want this to be at, let's have a look, minus 1.5 in here. Down basically, and you get the idea. Sorry, I've got to put minus 1.5. I'm looking at my spreadsheet. I picked the wrong value. It's minus 0.7. That's better. And we'll put that in, and then we'll stick a parabola between these 2 points, and that'll be quite good. So again, station for the end. In this case, it's going to be 1118.518. The elevation is going to be 51,907, like so. And this time the slope is going to be a bit steeper. This grade is going to be 4.2%. So over to the slope, and we'll put 4.2% in there. And again, remember, you might think it's negative, but it's not, because we're working left to right, it's going up, it's positive. So that's great. All we need to do now is we're going to put in a profile parabola between elements. We'll pick this one. We'll pick this one. And we'll go through that point. Now I'm going to snap onto that point. Okay. I'm going to try and snap onto the point in here. Because it's an intersecting point, and if for any reason it changes, maybe I change the grade on the circle, then that point will change and my profile will change also. So that's cool, and we want to trim both back. So just like last time, I'm going to go over to my spreadsheet. I'm going to copy the name that I want in here so I don't have to type it out. Give me 3 chances of making a mistake typing, and I will make that mistake. We're going to do a profile by complex. We're going to type in that name in there, put a dash profile on. Probably don't need that on the end, in all honesty, but it'll do. So, go and pick this. It's going to chain it all together. And there we go. So again, we can go and get a report on this if we wish, just to make sure. Always check what we've got. And so on, so you get an idea of what we got. So let's just remind ourselves what we did this time. We did a projection, whether you did the whole of the circle or just a small part, we did that. We showed a projection point on here as a profile intersection point, which we snapped onto when we did our parabola between the elements. So there we go, that's that northwest quadrant. I'm not going to make videos for the other 4 quadrants because the method is exactly the same.